Three, two, one, and we're live. Live from the West Elm in Houston, Texas. We have Donna Carnahan today. How are you doing?
Hi Fabian, good. Welcome to West Elm new Rice Village store. Just opened last month here on University Boulevard, and I'm so grateful that West Elm invited me to do an exhibit here in their new store. And my body of work is entitled Mediterranean Summer, as this piece in the background shows. It's on canvas, it's a photograph in Ravello, Italy.
It's fascinating to see that you has been in Italy. I believe it was only once, or you did more than once?
I've been to Italy 10 times, and usually I go twice a year until 2019 when COVID shut the travel down, but I plan on returning at the end of this year in October when I'll be exhibiting my art at the Florence Biennale.
That's very, very nice. Tell us why you decided to be into art. I believe it was not from one day to another. How was the process?
Well, I was actually traveling in Florence, Italy in 2015, and I was inspired by the beauty of the Renaissance art there. And I just wanted to capture some of these beautiful landscapes and bring them back to my hometown of Houston, Texas, and share them with the world.
Since then, you've just been going many times and you built a volume of work. Which has been the most challenging that you have been producing so far?
One of the most challenging pieces was probably a vineyard that I did in Montalcino, Tuscany. And it was a very hot summer day, and I was trying to get a shot, and the same vantage point that I had done in the winter. I wanted to go from winter to summer, and I just spent almost a whole day trying to get that right perfect shot, and then I created a 5-piece pentaptic on canvas. It's an asymmetrical piece, and it really paid off because now it's featured in Forbes magazine.
That's quite an achievement. So I believe you were using a certain type of camera, or can you tell us step by step how you decided that was the right place to do it? Can you tell us a little more on?
Well, in the winter, the sunset was just beautiful of that vineyard, and all the colors were just aglow on the hill, and it had a huge lake in the background. So when I went back in the summer, I was looking for the lake, and I asked the vineyard owner, "Where's the lake?" And they said, "Oh, we used the water from the lake to irrigate the vineyard." And so finally I could line up exactly that same vantage point, but it looked so different because the colors were exactly opposite in the different season.
So colors were different and the environment was different. Did you need any particular training to be ready for that volatile environment?
Well, I know that I have to stay in top physical shape because I do a lot of walking, and it's physically challenging to do photography, landscape photography, and out in the elements of heat and very long days and walking many miles and carrying the equipment. So I just try to maintain my health and exercise a lot.
That's something really important to take account, because you're working with a camera that is not that light, right? How big is that camera?
Well, my Canon Rebel 3 is, probably under 2 pounds, but having it strapped across my body the whole time, and the case and the extra equipment that goes along with it, plus whatever I have with me that I'm traveling with, it adds up body weight, and I'm always on foot, so it can be a very long, strenuous day.
Because you are always on the run, what kind of shoes do you use to take the pictures? Because I believe you're not taking the pictures on heels.
Oh no, I could never wear heels in the Amalfi Coast or Tuscany because it's so hilly and the cobblestone streets. In fact, I was in Bellagio one time. I was wearing this really really nice leather walking shoes, but I kind of twisted my ankle going down the stairs because I was looking straight away at Lake Como in Bellagio, and I wasn't watching my footing, and the stairs were going down. And I kind of twisted my ankle, but in the end, it healed, and I was fine. But other times, like in the summer, I use, my running shoes, the most comfortable shoes I can find, or some sandals that are made in Ravello that are made for those cobblestone hills and alleyways.
So talk us about that day that you felt the leg was almost done. That twisted ankle. How did you know it was good enough to keep going?
Well, so right when I twisted it, I was like, oh gosh, I'm in Como, staying in Como. The next morning we had to go to, we already had tickets, we were going to Monaco, and by train from Milan. So I had to go from Como, get back on the ferry, ride the ferry to the train station, and then the train station, I just put my foot up to rest it so that the ankle would heal. And went back to Milan. I just rested the whole time, and then I had to walk to the subway and then to my apartment, and I just let it heal naturally. When I got to Monaco, I soaked it in a bubble bath, and it was finally better.
Wow, that was really a huge scare because all the miles you have to cover, that was a lot.
Yeah, I was concerned that it was going to be injured, but I prayed a lot that it would heal, and I was fortunate that it healed. So I kept going. I did Monaco, and I went to Switzerland, Montreux, and then back to Milan, and then back home in 2017.
When you are making the pictures and when you are printing them, what kind of material you usually have on mind? How do you select how big a picture has to be, like the one in your back?
Well, I used a wide-angle lens because I wanted to capture not only the mountain, but the flowers in the foreground, the beautiful orange flowers that really popped against this blue sky, and I wanted to take the eye back into the Mediterranean Sea and across to the other body of land, and so the eye really just takes it through all the way, and I used a wide-angle lens, and that's just how it came out, and that's how I envisioned it. I wanted it to look like my eye saw it.
That's really nice. Talking about the design of the picture from the camera, storage is usually a big factor. How do you store the pictures? Do you usually have extra memory? You use the cloud? How do you do that?
Yes, so my Canon has a little chip, and then it's all recorded on the chip, and from there I back it up to the cloud, to my iPhone, and to my MacBook. So all three places it's stored there, and so I can retrieve it when I need to in order to create a canvas or metal. There's an extensive process that I use to back up my database of 20,000 photos.
20,000 photos. Did you have an expectation to have that at the beginning of this journey?
Absolutely not, and I know I need to delete a few. So I think I need to get back to it, but thank you very much for the interview. I'll see you next time.
Oh yeah. See you next time.